What's going on, guys? Back today for my first ever VR on this channel. So bear with me because I may not be doing things by the rules 100%, but this VR is for channel Return to Collecting. I'm sure many of you watch his stuff. So this VR is in celebration of him reaching 600 subscribers. So I'm going to do 3 quick shout outs on channels that are under 200 subscribers. So first up, shout out to Corey in Cream City. Second is CJ Collection 285, and lastly is Pastor Craig's Cards. So if you're not following them, please give them a follow. Next up, showing two of my favorite cards in my collection. So first up, anyone who's watched the channel at all probably knows one of these already. And of course, that is my 1954 Red Heart Stan Musial. Reason being, the first ever card show that I went to, because I never grew up around card shows. I was in such a small town, there was nothing nearby. First card show I ever went to, this was the card that I went to get, and I didn't get one. However, while I was at a specific dealer's table, somebody next to me actually asked if they had one, which I thought was kind of funny. And then the second card show that I went to, at the last table of the show, this card was there. It was a card that I personally think is the most beautiful card in the hobby, and I'd been looking for it for quite a while. And you know, it's kind of crazy that buying a card could make me as emotional as getting this card actually was, but it was just a card that I just absolutely love, and I love every time I get to take a look at it. And then the second card, this one is actually probably the most important card in my whole collecting journey, and that is the League Leaders card with Hank Aaron, Dick Allen, and Willie Mays, 1967 tops. So growing up, you know, I had a older brother who was 7 years older than me. So of course I got a lot of his, hand-me-down cards, which were junk wax. 89 tops was just... I had so much 89 tops growing up. And my brother had, and I don't know how in the world he had the card, but he had one vintage card, and that was this card. Not this exact one. I had to buy this, but he had this card, and I remember as a kid, me and him would kind of have playful arguments about who was the best player on this card. And he was a Willie Mays is the greatest of all time, and me being a very young kid, I'm just looking at stats, and the back of this card says Hank Aaron hit more home runs than Willie Mays, and Hank Aaron ended his career as the home run king. So how is he not the greatest player of all time? Of course, things have kind of reversed a little bit. I'm 100%. I think Willie Mays is the greatest player of all time. However, back then, this card meant a lot and spurred a lot of debates among me and my brother. And not to overlook future Hall of Famer Dick Allen right there in the middle, and learned a little more about him, dug into him as I got older, because, you know, who's that other guy on the card with arguably the two greatest players of all time? So, yeah, I love this card. I love this card. So, with that being said, lastly, Darren at Return to Collecting asked for which drawing I would like to be entered in, and I will I'll kind of let these cards here do a little bit of the talking. 1960 Topps Willie Mays, 1961 Willie Mays, 1966 Willie Mays, 1967 Willie Mays, and 1971 Willie Mays. And I also have his 58 and 59 Topps out for grading currently. So, if that didn't answer it, I'll go ahead and say it. I would like to be entered into the Golden Age drawing.